think it's time that we stop congratulating women that leave men in relationships. Like, good job, girl. He was a piece of shit anyway. I knew that you could leave him. Meanwhile, old Sally hasn't given her man Pound Town in over a year, and her man's mentally drained, going insane, finally steps out, and Sally notices that Tom's cheating, and now he's the fucking problem. I think we really need to start normalizing that most of the problem in good marriages that were good in the beginning, and because the woman wasn't holding up her end of the relationship anymore. Oh, I'm too tired. Oh, my stomach hurts. Oh, I have a headache. I don't want to right now. Like, I think that that happens more often than not. And then when the man does step out, all the other women are like, girl, he was a piece of shit anyway. Girl, he wasn't worth it. Girl, blah, blah, blah. When in actuality, you had a good ass man. You just didn't know how to maintain him.
Okay. Once you get them, you got to maintain them.
Mm-hmm.
Who disagrees with her?
Mm-mm.
Go ahead, Jess.
Of course, Jess disagrees.
She got me low key, well, high key tight. It's a couple different points I want to touch on in this particular video, right? Yeah. As a woman, I do not think you should withhold sex from your husband. I'll preface that. However, if you have a wife, you want to put her in a position where she wants to be intimate with you. I talked about this on a panel before. A lot of times women have kids. They're the main caretakers. The man just go to work, kick his feet up. She got to come home. She got to cook dinner, take care of the kids, do the homework, swing from the chandelier. He wanted to work out, do X, Y, Z. A lot of women are exhausted. And then he won't even give her some romance. You just want to do bang, bang, chicken, bang. But it's like, did you warm the engine up? Did you make her feel special? Did you make her? I mean, and that's not to say you need it every time you go to Pound Town, but it's like, to some extent, women are built a little bit different. So you need to, nurture that a little bit more. And I will say this. The other issue is men don't know how to handle heartbreak. A man can get his heart broke one time in the 5th grade, and not every woman after that is just the devil. So I think that also ties into the subject as well. You had a good man.
Well, that's because men love for real. And that's because men know how hard it is to get a woman and invest. So you're telling me this guy has invested in you, he has done all these things, he has spent his money on you, time and all these things. So of course it's going to hurt him more. You, on the other hand, even if you're in a relationship, you still have men throwing themselves at you in your DMs. Even if you go out in the street, men are going to approach you even if you have a ring on your finger showing you're married. So it's going to be easier for you to move on because you can just replace me as soon as you break up with me. So that's why it hurts deeper for men once they break up, because now I got to do this again and then risk my resources again, because now I got to find a new you, approach, do dates, spend money, invest feelings, invest time, and then there's a chance you may also leave me because I didn't romance you before getting intimate, before sex. Like, no.
Whereas it relates to women get our hearts broken every time, but we're more willing to open our hearts up again, whereas men, they're not willing to do that. So that's my take on it.
You said a bunch of lies, but it's okay. We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll fix it on the way.
I agree with some of the points she made. I feel like a lot of women do get like settled into their relationship and they get, complacent, and they feel like they don't got to do all the stuff that they used to do when they had the man. And I feel like men are really like, the prize in a way, because this man got down on one knee. He decided to marry you and decided to be with you for the rest of your life. He didn't decide to be with anybody else. That's a big decision. So it's like, I feel like sometimes it's an excuse for women to say like, oh, I have to deal with the kids. I have to cook, clean. I mean, like, these are things that, our moms were like, we looked at them like, they were able to do everything in the household. And that's something that we looked up to in a way. So I just feel like it's a lot of excuses, and you can just be able to satisfy your man. I feel like it's an excuse.
I like that one. Q, where you find that one?
Not that one. Moms was tired. You know what I'm saying? Like our mamas was tired, having to do that. You know, I understand that we see that and we think that normal to see. You know, our mothers. If you were raised in a single parent home, I would assume you are used to seeing your mother doing it all. Or even if not, you know, she's caring for her kid and caring for her husband like he is a kid as well. But I want to bring it back to the subject of our women ruining the men.
You know what really gets me? Is that they will mention everything women do in a relationship or in a marriage or in the house, or they clean or they cook or they do this, but they never mention the things men have to sacrifice for the family. They will say how hard it is for them to provide, to cook and clean and take care of the kids and nurture the kids. They complain how hard it is, but they never talk about how hard it is for a man to work 60 hours a week to pay for all the bills in the household. And he can't even take time off, because if he does, they are fucked. He needs to keep working to provide. And then another thing, if you ask them, okay, switch it. You go work the 60 hours, the man will stay home and take care of the kids. They'll be like, no, he's the man. He's supposed to provide. It's like, okay, which is it? Do you want to stay home and cook and clean, or do you want to go and be the provider of the household and bring the money? It's like pick and choose. You can't complain about staying home and cleaning and cooking, and then you're saying he's not helping you, but then you also don't want him to stop working.
I don't think no one should have that type of power. Like, so for me, if it was in the reverse, you know, women go through heartbreak, women go through, you know, tumultuous relationships. And kind of like what just said, we still go through our process and still make ourselves available to try it again. We don't hold, at least the majority. I know there are some women that do, but we don't hold every man accountable for the hurt that happened to us in our past. At least we shouldn't, right? And I think that if men will just kind of process that heartbreak and process how they felt in that moment, if they felt like they were betrayed or whatever the case may be, then you can't be ruined, because you understand that what that person did to you probably had nothing to do with you. You know what I mean? They were just not the right person for you. They didn't deserve the love that you had to give. That doesn't mean that there isn't a good woman out there that is ready to receive that. So don't block your own blessings by assuming that every woman is the same one woman that broke your heart. Nobody can ruin you. You know what I'm saying? That's you.
I disagree. You know who's the first woman that usually ruin these men? Their mamas.
Facts.
It starts off usually by their mamas, right?
Facts.
One parent household, they either choose a messed up daddy, they either trying to son their little sons. That's usually who messes up the men first. It's their mamas. Right?
And then
Speak on it, Q. Because so many times single moms turn their sons into son husbands, into the man of the house. So rather than going to find a new man, a stepdad, I mean, it's not easy to find a stepdad. They make their sons into their husbands, to the extent that I've seen videos where the son, once he finds a woman and is trying to leave the house to go, rent a place and move in with his new woman, his new girlfriend, the mamas don't like it. Their single moms don't like it. They fight it. They hate on the girl that the son finds, because they don't want the son, their son husband, to leave them alone.
need therapy. That's what I'm saying. Like you have to like, if that's really if you have a mother wound like that in your adult life and you're carrying hurt and trauma from your childhood, from your mother, and you're carrying that into your adult relationships, that's not normal. You need to go sit down and talk to somebody and unpack that so you can have fulfilling relationships. And it ain't about everybody else. It's about you. It's about the betterment of you. So while I agree that does happen, that's not an excuse to fester in that and then blame everybody else for why you're not successful in relationships.
Yeah, I believe
we're not
men
trying
and
to
women both
blame.
need
Can I say
therapy.
one thing? It's not about blaming. It's about, are women ruining good men? It's not. We're not saying should men take accountability and not hurt because they mama ruined them or girl. No, it's these women nowadays are ruining their sons their husbands, their boyfriends because of other issues, other problems. So we can't just be like, yeah, of course you're right. They should take responsibility.
I think a good man. I think a good man would never let a woman ruin them.
But
What are you talking about? Women ruin good men every day. Good men turn into the bad boys every single day because it's like, so I have to take you out, pay for the dinner, buy you flowers, do all these things, be the nice guy, respect you, call you every single night to say good night, and then you cheat on me with a bad boy who did none of these things? Guess what? Now you just ruined a good man. The whole thing of nice guys finish last, it is a statement because it comes from somewhere, because there's some truth to it. They will get this good guy, and in fact, some women will say, he's too good of a good guy. He's too good for me. Women have said that all the time. He's too good for me. It's like, so what? You don't want him to be good for you or good to you? And they're like, no, he's boring. You know, he does everything I want. But it's like, so you want it's confusing to men. So most good guys, once they learn the game, it's like, oh, so you mean I should just be a bad boy and tell you to shut up? And guys are ruined like that.
they not men, they little boys. These men are getting ruined by their mamas. Your first love is supposed to be your mama as a son. My first love was my daddy. That's how I learned how to love. These men are not showing that. They're not showing how to love.
I don't know.
Therapy.
If when you say ruin a good
Men don't need
man,
therapy. No man should be in therapy.
do you mean like ruining her opportunities for a good man? Or do you mean she's literally making this man a worse version of himself?
Wait, what was
Probably
your
a
question?
tarnish.
Yes.
I'm saying when you say that she's ruining a good man, do you mean that she's making this man less than, or is she ruining her opportunities to be with one or to find one?
I think they mean in the sense of that women are leaving and breaking the hearts of good men.
Tarnishing.
So
yeah,
now these good men are so heartbroken that they can never give their heart to another woman again because the last woman ruined them.
I agree with Jazz. I don't feel like no man should never either. A man or woman should allow them to make them feel that way. But I feel like it goes back to communication. If you feeling like that, you tired, baby, say that. And then I'm gonna tell you this: if I ain't getting no coochie like I feel like I don't need to, I'm gonna let you know that. But if it ain't coming together, I'm only gonna say it but so many times. You know, I only can say it but so many times. After that, then something got to be done. I told you though. I don't feel like communication is really the biggest thing when I think it comes down to it.
Yeah, I mean, that's easy. For example, if a guy is not getting any sex in his marriage, he can talk to his wife. Okay, sure. Doesn't mean she's going to give him any. That's not as much of a big issue as if she divorces him when he has been doing the best he can. So that man is ruined. He's never going to think about marriage again the same way. I think that's why the divorce rate for second marriages is 75%. For the first one is 50%. Because usually, I don't know for sure, but I think in the second divorces, I think usually the man can even file for divorce if he didn't file the first time because he doesn't want to deal with the same BS. So that's how good men are ruined, because if he's divorced for stupid reasons and he loses his house, he loses his kids, tell me how that man is going to be a good man again. Tell me how he's ever going to trust a woman again. Tell me how he's ever going to go back into the whole marriage thing again. Never.
Well, to answer,
A lot of men are reaping their own karma, and y'all might disagree with me on this. Men spend the latter years of their life being playing women, having multiple women, cheating on multiple women, and then they'll decide to give one woman a chance, and I'm gonna do right by her, and she give you a little taste of your medicine, and now you playing the victim, and now your heart broke, and now your heart out your pocket, and now you salty because you finally got a taste of what you've been doing to women for years.
Karma's not real. Don't believe that shit.
I agree.
All this stuff
I
is
do
just
believe
myths.
so the universe will return what you put out into it.
That's how it works.
It's not true.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying a lot of men finally give a relationship a shot.
Yeah, but that's not always the
and then
case,
you get
though.
a taste of their own medicine. Now you ruined me and I'm a good man. Now I can't never love again, even though I done cheated on all 25 of my girlfriends and I decided to be faithful to the 26.
You can't cheat on somebody that you're not married to.
Like,
Anton, stop it.
That's not
Anton,
you can't.
So if your current wife would have slept with another man, wife,
You
before
wouldn't have
y'all was
married
married,
her.
you still would have wiped her.
No, she was a virgin. He wouldn't.
You wouldn't have. So stop it. It's only men can have sex with multiple women. Basically, is what you're saying.
One key can fit in multiple locks, can't it?
Anton, stop it.
We got
Can it not?
We
That
got
is
That's
a
the biblical-
fifth grade response.
No, but it won't match.
That is
I mean,
y'all don't listen to Anton. So a man can sleep with multiple women and cheat on his girl as long as they're not married. But let her go out and get her some new a dangling, then she a hoe, and now you can't wife her no more.
Exactly.
Now she's tainted. Stop
Yeah,
it.
it's,
Well, okay, so
standards is always different
to
between.
answer the question, I feel
It's
like
not even a question. Like
do
we don't
women-
even think about women the same way that y'all do. Listen, man, y'all
do
y'all cheat
women make
emotionally.
men
Even the fact that you want to go out there and get another guy, like that's all emotional bullshit. You doing that just to be sassy and ugly. You're not even doing that because that's what you really want. And so that's what makes it bad. That's what makes it disingenuous. And I
Anton,
think
would like
that,
to ride into
most men, 99% of all men at some point need to get their heart broke because they need to understand the nature of a woman. They're all bad. They're all bad. All women are bad actors. Here's the difference though. Some men cover that bad. Some men make you better and they ensure that you don't be out here looking stupid and fumbling and stuff. The difference between a great woman and a basic woman is the man that she's with. The way that y'all qualify yourself, there's never been a great woman by herself. Nobody gives a fuck about a woman by her. We don't even fuck with Oprah. You know?
Yeah, because usually a great woman is probably going to be married. Men are going to be dying to marry her, if we're going to be honest. Men are going to be dying to marry her. But also I had an issue with what Jess was saying, because it's like, once a man gets his heart broken, women don't take it serious. They blame him for getting his heart broken. They say he should move on. But once these women get their hearts broken, oh my God, men are bad. Men should understand. Oh, give us some time. Oh my God, you should be kind to her. But once a man's heart is broken, they're like, who hurt you? Oh my God, move on. It's the past. It's just crazy, the double standards, how they don't really care about a man going through pain and going through hardships. Even when the guy has been divorced and his shit has been taken, they say the woman, he deserves it. If a woman cheats on a man, they say, what did he do wrong? He must have done something for her to make her cheat. But if the reverse happens and the man cheats, men are the worst. How could you do that to a good woman? Even if she wasn't giving the husband sex and he cheated, they would still blame him. So it's that double standards that are crazy. But anyway, shout out to Anton Daniels, link down below.